Hi everybody, the Right Shooter here, and today I want to show you how to take down a Ruger GP100. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to perform a safety check, make sure the weapon's unloaded. We're good to go. Now this has got the stock grips with the wood panels. If you've got an aftermarket grip, the screw's probably going to be on the bottom here, but this one's got it right on the side. So I'm just going to take a flathead screwdriver. I'm going to remove that screw. Once the screw is out, I'm going to actually use that to push out on my grip panel insert. So you don't have to do it that way, but you'll take out the grip panel screw, and then I like to just flip it over and use that to help me push out the insert. Notice when you do that, or at least on the stock grips, there is a disassembly pin in there. We're going to need that, so don't lose it. So I'm going to set that off to the side for now. I'm going to push down on my grip panel locator. That's going to help me remove the panel on the other side. Set that out of the way for now. I'm going to remove that grip panel locator, and that's going to let me remove the actual grip itself. Alright, once the grip is off, I've got access to the hammer strut and the mainspring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cock the hammer, okay, and then you'll see right in here there's a little hole on the hammer strut. I'm going to take my disassembly pin, I'm going to insert it into the hole, and I'm going to lower the hammer. That allows me to remove the hammer strut and the main spring. Alright, next, I'm going to push down on this hammer pivot assembly just to get it started. I'm going to pull it out on the other side here. Set that out of the way. I'm going to pull the trigger and remove the hammer. Next, I'm going to need to take out the trigger guard down here in the trigger assembly. So you'll see right inside here, and it's going to be kind of hard to see with the lighting, but you'll see there's a little pin in the back of the frame there that you're going to need to depress to remove this trigger assembly. Now some of these will have a cutout in the back here that lets you access it directly. This one does not. But what you'll do is you'll take your hammer strut. This is made out of a high quality steel. You're not going to have to worry about hurting anything. And you're just going to lever that pin down. This can be the trickiest part. So I'll kind of show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to lever the pin down just to get it started. Okay, you can see there's a little bit of a gap now there, and I'm just going to pull this straight out. Now one thing to note on here, your transfer bar, if for whatever reason the trigger gets pulled, that transfer bar can go flying. It's real easy to reinsert, so you'll just pull the trigger. There's a little recess in the middle there. You can just reinsert the transfer bar like that. So we'll set that off to the side. Last thing to do is to remove the cylinder. So you're just going to open it up, and the cylinder should slide right out. So now you got a frame that's pretty much disassembled, and you can do any cleaning you need to do at this point. Now to put it back together, what I will do is I'll reinsert the cylinder, close it back up. I'm going to reinsert the trigger guard. Now you got to make sure your transfer bar there is going where it needs to and back there, so I like to just let gravity kind of do the work. I'll hold it upside down, drop it in, just check to see that that transfer bar is where it needs to be, and this will just snap back into place. Real simple, just like that. Next step is going to be to insert the hammer. So again, I'm going to hold down on the trigger, drop the hammer in. Holding down on the trigger is going to make that real easy. You can do it without holding the trigger, but no need not to. And now once that's in, I'm going to hold it into place. I'm going to lift it up just slightly to allow that pin to drop in. There's that. Next, I'm going to cock the hammer. Or excuse me, I don't need to cock the hammer for this part, at least not yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to reinsert the hammer strut in the mainspring. Okay, and then right here on your mainspring seat, you'll notice there's that little claw that's going to face forward or down on the weapon, and it's going to sit right into the little the metal chunks there on the frame and inside the grip. So I'm going to get that started. Now I'm going to want to cock the hammer. Don't lose your disassembly pin, okay, because when you do this, that thing's going to come dropping out of there. But pull back on the hammer, take your disassembly pin out, and you should be good to go. Alright, you'll just want to check to make sure everything's working the way it should. Check it in single action mode, check it in double action mode. Make sure also that your transfer bar is doing its job, so pull down on the trigger, release the trigger, let the hammer drop. Look down through there and make sure that the firing pin isn't protruding out through the side there. Now I'm going to reinsert my grip, reinstall the grip, just slide it back on. I'm going to reinstall the grip panel locator. Just push that in so it's even on both sides. Reinsert my disassembly pin. Be ashamed to lose that little thing. Put the grip panel insert back on. Same thing on the other side here. And last, I just got to reinstall my grip panel screw. So I'll drop that right in. As always, I get these started by hand so I'm not cross-threading anything. And then I will use the screwdriver to finish that off. Now, don't over-tighten this. You would not want to break those wood panels, especially on this stock grip here. So what you'll notice is you're just going to want to tighten it until it's just kind of flush on this side over here. It's real easy to over-tighten it. You can overdo it a bit without having to worry about breaking anything, but it's not really holding anything on except for those little wood panels, so don't worry about it. And that's how you take down a Ruger GP100. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you soon.